I've said it before and I'll say it again. There's never been a metagame without red. What you need is a direct, no-nonsense approach that attacks the enemy straight on.
Dad, problem sets are more complicated and require more forethought and data collection before they can ultimately be solved.
You sound as though blue can solve everything. It can't.
Well, science can't solve everything either, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't apply a scientific approach wherever possible. Red eschews the very notion of knowledge in favor of barbarism.
Do I have to stay for dessert?
Yes.
Red is traditional. It's consistent. It works. This is common sense.
Red's consistency is a myth. The library manipulation of blue is far more consistent.
Look, I've been playing Magic for 50 years.
That's not possible.
Pass the potatoes?
Red is the foundation of all that Magic is built upon. John Finkel versus Ben Rubin at the 1998 World Championships. It's a mono-red mirror match.
That was a short-lived phase. John Finkel is the biggest blue mage out there.
Can we please talk about something else? Well, I like to play green. I think it's well positioned now.
That's cute.
Nancy, the system just isn't set up for green to be a viable color.
Really? Well, we live in a democracy, don't we? So let's put it to a vote. What is the best color in Magic?
Blue.
Red!
Green.
What are we talking about?
Library manipulation.
Lightning bolts.
Think of the power.
Maybe you've heard of that.
The art of building a Magic deck is one that often takes quite a lot of time. A lot of people pimp out their decks or customize it with choice collectibles. Garrett here has done some of that. I see that for your basic lands, you've chosen the rare unglued lands. Can you tell me why they appeal to you?
They're like the first full art land, and I don't know, I fell in love with them the second I saw them. They're just totally awesome. It feels like an antique collection, like I said.
I'm here with Steve, and Steve, my goodness, I'm blinded by the reflection in your cards. Almost all of them are premium, also known as foil. So what is the appeal to you of having an all-foil deck?
They're shiny. They're pretty. I don't know. To a certain degree, it's a goal. Like, once you have the deck, well, okay, I have the deck. But then you get like a foil card here, a foil card there. Next thing you know, it almost becomes like a all-consuming passion. And you're like, oh, I want to get that foil. I want to get that foil. Oh, man, like, Judge Dark Ritual, that's even better than the beta, or at least it's more shiny.
So much of your deck is in foreign languages. There's a lot that's in Japanese, you've got some that are in Italian. What is it that draws you to pay attention to the aesthetic to begin with?
To be honest, I don't know the answer to that question. I just find them beautiful. And I think other people in Legacy specifically enjoy foreign cards, foil foreign cards. It's just like a subculture of this format.
All right, I'm here with Grand Prix Louisville champion Brian Braun-Duin, aka BBD, who possesses quite a lot of Magic acumen, but I'd like to challenge you in a different arena. This is a segment we call Back Alley Brawl. Now, ignoring the rules text and the stats on these cards, who wins in this heavyweight fight between two creatures who are used to fighting side by side in Legacy? Gristlebrand and Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. Base your answer on the artwork alone.
I'd have to say definitely Gristlebrand. He's got all those hooks, so If Emrakul comes at him with like the tentacles, he can just kind of cut through all the spaghetti.
So just the enormous size of Emrakul, not intimidating to a guy like Griselbrand.
Well, I think Griselbrand's actually pretty big himself. I don't think he's on the scale of Emrakul, but I think he's up there.
How big? If if we're in like an urban landscape, what is he as big as?
I would say like 3 Huey Jensens.
Really? Yes. 3 Huey Jensens, so he's approximately 21 feet tall?
Correct.
Okay. That's all right. I'm buying your logic. We'll go with it. Griselbrand in a narrow win over Emrakul. So Cedric, ignoring the stats and the rules texts on these cards, who wins in a back alley brawl between the Mother of Runes and the Nimble Mongoose?
Okay, very interesting. A classic battle, honestly. A back alley brawl. All right, so I think of back alley brawl, I think it's dark at night.
Yes.
And the Nimble Mongoose uses the shadows to its advantage. There's an old lady walking in the alley to her car, and now you just see something in the shadows skittering around. So immediately, I think that Mother of Runes is going to have her guard up. And she's old, and she's a little bit weathered, so I feel like she's been through a lot. But this mongoose means business.
Right, this isn't the first mongoose she's come across?
Absolutely not. She's been through a lot.
No, I'm thinking maybe she like pours a cup of scalding hot coffee on the mongoose.
Chai.
Yeah.
She seems like a chai fan. At the end of the day, the mongoose was a tough enemy, but it could be stopped.
All right. You heard it here first. Mother of Runes defeats Nimble Mongoose and will advance to the finals against Griselbrand.
Finals against Griselbrand? What?
It's gonna get ugly.
If anyone has Mother of Runes win that, I don't want to talk to this.
Conley, without using the stats or rules text on these cards, who wins in a fight in a back alley in an urban landscape between Mother of Runes and Griselbrand?
All right. Well, first of all, I know what everyone's thinking. Griselbrand here, he's clearly got her on physical physique. He's a bigger, more muscular man. So you expect he's gonna level her.
That's what I'm thinking, but
if you study Mother Runes, she's a very learned woman. She's got books everywhere. There's scrolls and stuff rolling around. So she is well studied up on the demon mythology. She knows what's coming. She's Mother of Runes. She's going to use all of her collective children to brawl, mix things up. He's going to be confused. He's going to be fighting.
So she's bringing in a gang of children to help the fight.
Why she's a Mother Rune? She's been this entire time festering an army just to deal with Griselbrand in this back alley brawl.
So like runed children, like children covered with ancient symbols from a bygone age or something, are going to come and surround Griselbrand.
We'll go with that.
All right, Mother of Runes, the champion of the back alley brawl.
The point of my deck is to put a giant fatty into play and kill you.
I flip Delvers, Swords and Guys, and Supreme Verdict.
It's playing Charlotte's Bug, and I cascade to kill True Name Nemesis.
Do sweet things with white creatures.
I kill them with Flamekin Zealot.
Craterhoof Behemoth.
I play all the best cards.
The finals of Grand Prix Washington, D.C. featured the fearless and fiercely competitive grinder Jared Betcher versus a former Player of the Year still in search of his first premier event trophy, the incomparable Owen Turtenwald. In Game 1, Owen dominated the battlefield with an insectile aberration, needling a defenseless Betcher to death with the half-man, half-bug. In Game 2, Jared asked Owen if they could play a simple game of show and tell. Knowing that Jared would reveal a gigantic, angry monster, Owen blasted the notion, disallowing it. Twice more, Jared insisted to Owen that they play show and tell, but Owen denied permission again and again. With Owen's Stoneforge Mystic doing damage all the while with the fearsome Sword of Feast and Famine, Jared was running out of time and so attempted a sneak attack on Owen. But once more, Owen responded with a counterspell, sealing Jared's fate and propelling himself to victory. All right, Owen, you've been a player of the year, you've top 8 at a Pro Tour, you've got 13 Grand Prix top 8s, and you've played in the World Championship, but a first place trophy like this has eluded you up until now. Your first 12 Grand Prix top 8s did not end with a win. Was there any frustration there? Did you feel like you deserved it or that you had earned it, but you were coming up short due to bad luck or something like that?
Of course there's frustration. And of course, anyone who makes 12 top 8s and gets no wins, even if you're just a bad player, if you make 12 top 8s, you're doing something right. Just by sheer luck, you should win one eventually. So I feel like there's a little bit of bad luck, but also I didn't do the best I could in all those top 8s. So I'm just glad that with what I've learned, I had another shot at it.
Huey, what can you say about Owen's development as a Magic player over the years?
I've said publicly several times over the past 6-7 months or whatever that I think Owen's the best player.
In the world?
Yes.
What makes Owen so good at Magic, would you say?
A lot of heart. I mean, he's like a lot of experience, he's been doing it a long time, and a lot of heart.
This is one of the most well-earned Grand Prix wins that I've ever seen. Congratulations to Owen Turtenwald, the champion of Grand Prix Washington, D.C. And while it may have taken years for Owen to win his first Grand Prix, it didn't take long to win his second.
And that's it.
There it
Owen
is.
Turnwald is our winner. Back-to-back GPs. Look at that smile.
Wow.
Wow.
Housekeeping.
Not now. Just leave me alone.